Hey, what is going on, everybody? I miss y'all. It's been like over 2 weeks since my last devlog, and that's for a reason. I've been busy. Because for this episode, I got a treat for y'all. We're going to be going over the weapon system and how it works. Now, before we dive in, make sure you drop a like on the video and subscribe to my channel because it really helps its reach, I'd appreciate it. So first of all, let me tell you about this weapon kit that I have, and one that I feel is the perfect asset for a game like this. Beautifully crafted weapons, plus everything you need to fire bullets, swap parts, change skins, eject shells, and more. All of this can be randomized in order to create a system in your game for an excellent RPG looter shooter experience. The system is coded so that once you integrate it based on what you want, it just works. If you're interested in this weapons pack, I'll have a link to it in the description. Made by a company called Candescent Games, a team with years of programming experience and the credibility to back it up. That being said, let's get into this devlog. Now, I'm super excited because the way I have this set up is simple but effective. Now, let me tell you, I'm a huge fan of the Borderlands weapon loot system, and I think Borderlands 1 was the best one to me as far as how they had it set up with the loot. But Borderlands uses a procedural process to generate its various guns in certain classes, such as handguns, shotguns, assault rifles, sniper rifles, and more, but also many variations of firing speed, reload speed, damage types, and anything else that comes with it. Identity Rebels is similar, but with a style of my own. Firstly, there's a rarity element to everything in my game. Legendary, heroic, and rare. There are 3 abilities for legendary, 2 for heroic, and 1 for rare. The weapon abilities are actually attachments that randomly generate based on how the loot system works. So the possibility of getting the combination you want is what will motivate you to keep searching for that god-rolled weapon setup. In this video, I'll demonstrate to you how 2 of these abilities work. There are 3 categories of attachments: the scope, the muzzle, and magazine. And the 2 I'm about to show you are scope abilities called close quarters and deadly distance. Here's how they work. For close quarters, if you're within 15 meters of an enemy, you deal 15% more weapon damage. And for SMGs and shotguns, you gain an extra damage multiplier just for using those weapon types. You see, they're specialized within that range, so it's only right to give them that bonus. The other ability, deadly distance, is mainly for a sniper playstyle. You still can use this if you just happen to get an assault rifle with this scope. But here's how it works. If you're 20 meters away from an enemy, you deal 20% extra damage to them. And that's not all. I figured I'd make things a little bit interesting with this ability. So every meter you move further away, the more damage will increase up to a cap. This also means that the more skilled you are with your gunplay, the more damage you can potentially cause. Alright, so there's something I want to clear up and explain, and then I'll wrap this up soon, but it's about critical hit damage and how it's such a delicate subject in all games, and I'd say shooters especially. Because while dealing weapon damage, if crit damage isn't controlled to a certain extent, it gets hard for players to identify sometimes why they take so much damage or how much damage when they dish it out. This is why I respect how Destiny and Outriders deal their damage and crit. All weapons in Destiny, no matter what, depending on the class, deal the same damage. If you shoot an enemy in the head, it's considered a critical strike, which then makes damage consistent in regards to weapon damage. Some games have an unpredictable damage dealing capability like the Division 2, where when adding amplified bonuses, gear sets, and others, the damage numbers, especially in PvP, can get out of control. And I know this firsthand. So for my game, every weapon will deal the same consistent damage. Critical areas are the head and kneecaps. The only thing that'll allow for more damage on top of that are weapon abilities. And exotics too, but we'll get into that in another video. And the thing is, you'll know when they're activated, so you'll have a understanding of what's going on, I need to make that clear because it can get frustrating gaming sometimes when there's so much going on and I just don't understand what's happening. These are the only 2 of the weapon abilities I've been able to add so far, and I have much more to come, which will make Identity Rebels such a fun and challenging RPG looter shooter to dive into. So this is all I'm willing to reveal about the weapon system so far, and I hope you like it. If you have any suggestions, please comment below. If you enjoyed this video in any way, then all I ask is that you like the video and subscribe to my channel. If you want to see any more of my devlogs, here are a few of them you can check out. Thank you so much for supporting me, and I'll see you in my next video. Peace.